The magnificent and awesome Kilauea volcano here on the big island of Hawaii. It is one of the largest and most active volcanoes on Earth. This is the home of the daughter of Father Sky and Mother Earth. Creator and destroyer, the maker of mountains, melter of rocks, eater of forests. She is a goddess, the goddess of fire, and her name is Pele. From 35 miles deep in the earth, Kilauea's increasingly frequent eruptions can shoot up fountains of fiery lava nearly 2,000 feet high. It is perhaps the most spectacular show on Earth. Rivers of fire hundreds of yards wide and 5 miles long speed down the mountainside at 35 miles an hour, exploding or incinerating everything in their path. The heat is unimaginable, some 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 times hotter than molten lead. Thus were the Hawaiian Islands themselves created, built up from countless volcanic eruptions over tens of millions of years. Here at Kilauea, along the rim of the massive crater, groundwater constantly seeps down into the earth until it reaches the superheated rocks below. Then it rushes back to the surface as steam, pouring out of vents scattered for miles throughout the area. Old-timers refer to these vapors as Pele's breath, steaming from deep inside the volcano, a warning sign to non-believers that the tempestuous goddess still rules here. When Pele's fury is spent and the flowing lava cools, tourists often pick up pieces of black rock and take them home as souvenirs of their visit to Pele's domain. But an odd thing, the Hawaii Chamber of Commerce reports that quite often, packages arrive at their offices with the souvenir rock enclosed, sent back by tourists who say that since returning home they've been plagued with bad luck. Something tells them that their misfortunes began with these lava rocks, and since they came from Pele's home, they must be returned to her. Just superstition, of course. What is mere superstition to us may be, to another culture, deeply held religious beliefs. In Bali, mountains are homes of the gods, and a volcano, Gunung Agung, is the holiest of mountains. In 1963, after lying dormant for centuries, Gunung Agung erupted. Clearly the gods were angry. Although they were directly in the path of flowing lava, the people of one village refused to leave. Facing the exploding mountain, they sat and prayed. The gods were punishing them, and they would accept their fate. Some 1,500 were killed. 16 years later, as a new century begins in the Balinese calendar, the priests have ordered a ceremony to cleanse the island of spiritual pollution. Pilgrims laboriously climb the 11,000-foot peak, where live animals will be sacrificed to appease the gods who live in Gunung Agung. From birth to death, the Balinese engage in a complicated series of rituals designed to keep the world in balance. Ages ago, human beings were sacrificed to placate the gods. The Balinese do not see live sacrifice as cruel. Animals lucky enough to be chosen will be reincarnated into higher forms of life. The mountain will not spew forth fiery death. On Sicily's Mount Etna and other volcanoes around the world, blazing rivers of molten rock present irresistible challenge and opportunity to Andre Boucher. For more than a dozen years, he has been making dangerous pilgrimage in pursuit of a unique quest. As he helps his assistant don a fire-resistant suit, Boucher repeats his instructions. The lava he seeks must be just right. Hot enough to be liquid and malleable, cool enough for tools to handle. Andre Boucher, a Swiss, is a sculptor, and lava to him is virgin substance in which he can express his art. Because the lava cools quickly, Boucher must work fast to capture the essence of the liquid rock, to put his mark on it before it fixes itself permanently into unwanted shape. Boucher's works have been displayed in galleries in Europe and North America. A serious and somewhat mystical man, he hopes his creations will help viewers experience a new sense of mankind's relationship to cosmic processes. On Mount Etna, having completed another dangerous mission, Andre Boucher gives thanks with his own personal sacrifice to the mountain. Volcanoes release their energy in varying ways. Because of all that steam, the city of Beppu in Japan may look like a center of heavy industry, but looks can be deceiving. The steam of Beppu issues forth not from factories, but from the earth itself. There are over 3,700 pools like this throughout the city. The Japanese word for them is jigoku, but jigoku is also the Japanese word for hell. A grim reminder that Japan is volcano country. An inferno seethes below. The jigoku come in all shapes and colors. Like this one, the ocean hell. All of them may someday erupt with cataclysmic force and release the blast furnace heat that melts solid rock into flowing, annihilating lava. But for the moment, hell is put to a useful service. These jigoku, many of them hundreds of feet deep, tap that very heat and bring it gently to us here. The Japanese believe that because of the minerals dissolved in these waters, they are of great healing value. People come from all over the country to bathe in them, to drink them, to inhale their vapors. The waters of hell. The temperature of some of these jigoku is over 200 degrees. You can boil an egg in that. Oishi. Delicious. The eruption of Mount St. Helens created enough ashes and dust to cover Manhattan Island to a depth of 28 stories. Believe it or not.